What's up? The idea of consuming antioxidants is to stop free radicals. That's all fine and dandy, but what is being sold to people nowadays are the so-called plant antioxidants, which have absolutely no use for animals because their job is to protect plants. We would also never get them in nature because the plants that we eat are man-made, which clearly means that we don't require them. Of course, the people of today don't understand this because the government is pushing plant-based diets. Most of them don't realize that what they call antioxidants are, for example, pigments of plants. Best case scenario, you're going to excrete them. Then there's the ones that will actually cause problems. As I've mentioned before a few times already, there are very toxic plants which people willingly consume today, such as garlic, ginger, turmeric, the wheatgrass shots. They literally juice and drink grass. It's crazy. People eat small amounts of these plants because otherwise they would throw up. We call the toxic chemicals that protect the plants antioxidants, even though they are slowly killing us. Thankfully, we can get to a lot of these toxins, especially the so-called phytonutrients, because we can digest cellulose, seeing as we are carnivores. The problem is that people also juice the plants, take powder or pill forms of the extracted toxins. That way they get big amounts at once. Vegans obviously fall for it because they always feel like shit and try to find a fix. And the high sugar diet is going to create a lot of oxidative stress.
Something like if you had 100 molecules of vitamin C, by the time you ingested it and it got digested and then went into the bloodstream, maybe 2 of those molecules would be around to do its work.
Absolutely. Antioxidant has been just marketed really heavy. I mean, it's in just about everything and anything.
Vitamin C, juices,
yeah,
fruits, goji berries.
Rice Krispies. It's just about in everything.
So what can we do about this oxidative stress condition? What can we do to decrease it? The prevailing thought process out there, if you will, is antioxidants. Antioxidants are the solution, at least that's what we have been taught. Question is what variety are we talking about? We just until recently did not know that there is a direct antioxidant and there's an indirect antioxidant. So supplements, which are direct antioxidants, and I'll get into that here in a second. Antioxidant supplements and antioxidant-rich foods are everywhere, and they're promoted heavily. When I say everywhere, they're literally, I would challenge you to walk through any shelf in your grocery store and look for something that contains antioxidants. They're everywhere. They're promoted very heavily. Well, we now know that free radicals are produced in the cell. And one of the things you can't see with the color here is that the free radicals therefore are needed in the cell. Antioxidants are needed in the cell because free radicals are actually affected in the cell. We need to get those antioxidants in there. But when we consume these antioxidants, these direct antioxidants, they're mostly present in the bloodstream and not within the cell. So we have to look for a different solution. They're antioxidant catalysts, the enzymes that are made by your cells. These indirect antioxidants, enzymes are produced in your cells as a consequence, or as a solution rather, to the free radical damage or the oxidative stress load of the person. And enzymes such as SOD or superoxide dismutase, catalase, glutathione, and many, many others. So when our bodies don't eliminate these antioxidants, these free radicals, within the cell, we need to actually have the equation that is going to work. So direct antioxidants work within the cell. I'm going to use this. So in the presence of catalase, which is a direct or an indirect antioxidant produced by your cells, within the environment of your cells, when you have some hydrogen peroxide in the presence of catalase, it neutralizes it into water and oxygen. It actually neutralizes these free radicals within the cell by this enzyme that your body makes. We now know also that enzymes offer pure antioxidant protection as a balanced network. They do not produce oxidants. It's very important to make that distinction because things like vitamin C and vitamin E are actually creating free radicals. They are pro-oxidants, where we thought before they were antioxidants, but we now have in vivo studies, and I'm going to share a couple of them with you here. One molecule of catalase can neutralize up to 1 million free radicals per second every second. The direct antioxidant approach is a 1-to-1 ratio. The indirect is a 1-to-1 million ratio. This is one of the studies where it talks about this. This was actually the first vitamin C study that I came across. There's over 200. This says vitamin C prophylaxis promotes oxidative lipid damage during surgical ischemia and reperfusion. In essence, what it was saying is that vitamin C, when used to try to prevent free radical damage prior to a surgery, in fact created free radical damage. And this is one of over 200 papers showing the pro-oxidant effects of vitamin C, not the antioxidant effects of vitamin C. And this, you can find these on PubMed.gov, and there's many of them out there. So in this particular paper, in conclusion, the study demonstrated that vitamin C supplementation promoted iron-induced oxidative lipid damage. And a pretty impactful, pretty profound paper. This is another one published in JAMA on vitamin E on lipid peroxidation in healthy people. The results of this is there was no significant effect of vitamin E on levels of urinary 4-HNE or isoprostane was observed. The conclusion is the results question the rationale for vitamin E supplementation in healthy individuals with respect to free radical reduction. It's amazing here that this is kind of going against what our prevailing thought process was just several years ago. So we now have some concrete published data to show the oxidative effects, the pro-oxidative effects of vitamin C and vitamin E.
If you would eat raw animal foods, then you wouldn't have to worry about free radicals in the first place. We can only get antioxidants from other animals, and nutrients such as vitamins A and D, LDL, the amino acids creatine and carnitine are all animal antioxidants. We are animals, not plants. If you want an antioxidant bomb, an actual superfood, then eat the liver or the brain of the animals. Thanks for watching.